Is it seeing as you've read it and I haven't read it, is it like really faithful to the comic?
Okay, well, I'm a good comic fan, yet also a bad comic fan. I stopped picking up because I got frustrated when they kind of started skipping deadlines because they were working on the movie at the same time. And I only read the first 5 comics, I think, are what I picked up. So I missed, I think, the last 2 or 3.
Okay.
So I haven't read those. Yeah, from what I've heard, yeah, it's changed a little, but most people haven't complained too much about the changes. There was one change that my friends were complaining about. I didn't ask them what it was, but I know they had one change. And you guys can say it if you want, what that change might have been.
Well, I don't know what it is.
I'm not exactly sure myself, but for the most part, they said, like, the origins, like the little story about how, you know, Big Daddy and Hit Girl came together, and that origin story was very well told. And it all came down really to the villain, like when it came to Frank DiMacchio, or DiMacchio, I can't remember even how it went. DiMacchio?
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 Or whatever the fuck it is.
Well, if it's an Italian pronunciation, it's DiMacchio.
Yeah, that's it. And like the origins of that, like that obviously changed, but I think that was just more to play on the fun aspect of the movie, like the ending with Hit Girl going on a rampage and things like that. But other than that, no, the origins, especially of Kick-Ass himself, were spot on. Like definitely. How he started, where his influences were, and you know the violent beatings he took before he kind of settled into his character, things like that.
Cool.
Yep.
Well, that's good then.
Brilliant. Yeah, I mean, most people I know that saw the movie, that were familiar with the comic and everything, none of them complained, and that says a lot when it comes to comic book fans, because we're fucking retards about that shit. So.
Yeah.
Well, I've read all 8 issues, and yeah, I don't have any really big complaints about it.
No.
Although
the cast, brilliant.
Yeah. It was really interesting. Like, it is different. Like Big Daddy and Hit Girl's backstory is a bit different, and like even like Big Daddy's death scene was different from the comic book as well. Because in the comic book, he just gets shot in the head, and that's about it.
It was a bit more dramatic in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing was, in the comic book, and spoilers for both, for the comic book.
I think we've said spoilers for
yeah.
this.
And anyway. I'm not worried about it. I'll eventually get the hardcover through Amazon, so nobody thinks I'm being a fanboy.
No, not at all. But continue.
Oh, was I talking? Or was
yes, you were talking.
I was talking.
I don't know.
I'm just sort of recap because I heard Matches' show the other day with where Nikki Stevens was on it, and it was pretty funny. So, so anyways, as I was saying,
go on, Tom. Here.
Yeah. The backstory is different. Is that you find out Big Daddy isn't actually isn't out for revenge or anything. He isn't an ex-cop whose wife was killed or anything. He was actually just a comic book fan who kidnapped his own daughter and decided to spend sell all of his comics that he had. So he had the money to fund getting weapons and to train her to become an assassin. And you find out about that in the scene before he gets shot in the head. So that was different from. That's played out differently in the movie, and I like both ways how they went with it. But I don't
see why they would do that.
Yeah, the comic book version was a bit more interesting, but I still enjoy that they went with the straightforward, ex-cop seeking revenge angle in the movie as well.
Gave it a little bit more, the characters a little more credibility, in my opinion.
Yeah, a bit more weight. Yeah.
For what they were doing, yeah.
Well, especially comic book fans are used to stories like that where, origins kind of start like that. General public isn't as much, so to give them something grounded where they can feed off of based on other things they've seen where, somebody's wife dies, so they go for revenge, it's a little bit easier to take in for them, so.
Yeah, big time. And then the fact that, the drug dealers and all them that they kill, they're funded by, taking all their drug money or, and selling the drugs that they have for more money and things like that, and kind of turns all the bosses against each other and, throughout it. It was really well done.
Yeah, you actually want to see them get, shot and smacked around and everything.
Yes.
Especially when it comes to Hit Girl.
Oh, yeah.
Watching her take revenge, And another thing I love about the movie, and one thing that Matthew Vaughn's always had a very unique gift in, is choosing music for his movies.
Yeah.